Hello everyone. Okay, let's try this again. I hope this video finds you all healthy, safe, and doing well. By this time I've usually had about 3 videos, but these past few days have just been very busy for me and exhausting. I have had to step back. So in order for me to get some things done, so it has been productive. But at the end of the day, with all of this that's happening around us in the world, there's work that needs to be done. So there comes a time when we have to get off our soapbox and we have to, dig our heels in and do some work. And, but we all do what we can, right? So I try to come on every so often and just sort of share some information with you all, let you know what's happening in my world, and see how we can all work together to make these things happen. So, I've heard people say this before. We are better than this. And I don't know where that notion came from, that we're better than this, because if you have done your homework and you know the history of this country, you will know that it has not been a pretty one. But are we better than this? I think fundamentally, mankind, humanity, we are better than this. We have, we all have the infinite creator within each one of us that equips us to be so much better than this, to rise to the occasion, right? And what I seem to see, my observation in this breakdown in society and between one another is everyone's perception. It's all about perception of the world and the people around them. And we can, talk a lot about the systemic racism and the all the things that structures, social structures, and things out there that have been there to get in the way of certain groups of people progressing. But I believe it's all going to come back to us. I think it's all going to come back to each individual person and the kind of person that we want to be. Who do you want to be? And so when you say we are better than this, okay, so what does that look like? How are we better than this? How, and especially if we have not had a model for us in the past of what that better looks like. So I feel like we're at this point now where this is not going away. And we have to keep pushing forward for social equality and justice. We have to. So what does that mean at this point? What are you going to do? Right? So let me tell you what I'm going to do. And some of you know already what I've been doing. So I have my nonprofit organization, and we're telling stories for survivors of abuse. That's one group of people that we're created this safe space for them and a platform for those stories to be told in different ways. But personally for me, and I did a video about this today, about the things that just pissed me off, and why I feel that I need to stand up at this time and I need to take a leadership role and start moving forward to create a space for those who feel like they don't have a voice or they can't fully use their voice, to use it. And why I want to do that is because I once felt like I was voiceless. I once felt silence. And I know there's many of you that are feeling this pull, this tug of war right now. You know you want to do more, but you have no clue what that is and what that looks like. And so I want to tell you that I am here to help you figure that out. And I want you to reach out to me so that we can talk about what using your voice looks like, because your voice is just as important as anyone else's. This is the time now more than ever that people are looking for you. They're looking for you. They want to hear what you have to say. They need what you have. And I don't want us to use this time to just sort of sit behind our laptops and our computers and our phones and, type up and rant and go on all of these threads. It's exhausting. We have to move beyond that. We have to get out there and get our hands dirty. We have to get out there and get uncomfortable. So I'm going to be starting a series in the next few weeks called the Phoenix Rising Stories. And what I want you to know about storytelling, because there's a lot about storytelling right now going on. It's not about just the story. It is about the experience that this person has had and what they have learned from that experience. That is the key, because that is what people want to know. Stories are great to listen to. They take us on this journey. They take us through this visual picture. But at the end of the day, we want to know, how did you do it? What were those key things during that time? So Phoenix Rising Stories are those people that have risen from the ashes and used their stories to make a difference in the world. They've taken that trauma, that difficult situation, and they've used that as a way to help others. That's what it's all about. So I'm going to be doing a series of different types of Phoenix Rising stories to share with you all. And then we're going to be looking for a way to open up a program for those of you that have your Phoenix stories and you want to be able to use it and make change in the world. So that's just one of the projects that I'm working on. You guys also know that I have my Storytime and Wine. And that is where we're going to come together and we're going to talk about some of these issues. Sometimes they'll be intense and challenging, and sometimes they'll be lighthearted. But it's where we are in the scheme of things. So there's work that needs to be done. We can't be tired. We can't really be exhausted. We have to keep going. But in going and keeping and going on, we also have to take care of ourselves. So that's another thing that's coming up for me, is that we have to do a lot of self-care right now. And we also have to be caring for one another. So what does that even look like? So that's another discussion that we should have. How can we care for one another? How do we care for ourselves first? So I just want to take you guys along with me on this. This is not something I want to do alone. We have to do this together. This healing, this empowerment, all of this that we need in this country, we got to do it together. And so don't be shy about it. I want you to comment below. Tell me, what is it that you need right now? Tell me, what is it that you want to do right now? And let's figure out a way to do it, because our communities need us. This country needs us. And there are people out there that need what you have. So I really hope that you'll join me. All right, guys. So as I say always at the end of my broadcast, go out and change the world. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.